Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about how to start a recruitment or staffing agency even if you have no experience. Now there's a few key points I want to mention before I get into the video and the crux of it. Most people that come to me for coaching do not have experience. Some do, and when I say experience, they've worked for an agency. And what typically happens is I think they will take longer to get going. Actually, they outperform experienced recruiters and categorically they get done faster in terms of setting up their business. Now there's a few reasons, and my hypothesis on this is if you have agency experience, they train you in a certain way that will selfishly only benefit the company. So they get you to build the brand, get the name out there, cold call. They're not necessarily investing so much into you. So they're not teaching you the ways where you can become an expert top biller. You kind of have to learn that yourself and be smart about it. So what typically happens is you get only taught to benefit the business, not yourself. Yeah, selfishly, the companies are all doing that. What they don't want to do is convert you into a top biller. So you either have a lot of power within the business, more so than the chief exec or the directors, because you're the one making all the money, you're the one with all the clients. And what they want to do, selfishly again, is just have you there at a certain level. Yeah, not all, but some will have you at a certain level billing. Yeah, as opposed to somebody that is watching my videos, someone else's videos, looking up blogs online, watching other recruiters how they recruit, studying the market. Those are the people that actually genuinely want to start a business. Yeah, and I'm not saying everyone's going to be successful or nobody that has experience is not going to be successful. I'm a product of having agency experience. Yeah, my first business failed recruitment. I didn't put my heart into it. I didn't have the right niche. So that's from me billing, way over six figures working at a company, trying to start my own. Luckily, the second one blew up, and here we are today. But likewise, when you're starting a recruitment agency without experience, the number one thing you have to do is have a system. Know what you have to do, number one. Number two, you must know for a fact what niche you're going to recruit in. So people say to me, oh, I want to recruit in IT generalist, or I want to do construction. Pick a niche. Your job as a recruiter or a new business, recruitment is no different to any new business. You would not go and say, I want to sell trainers. Yeah. I want to sell shoes. You couldn't compete with the likes of Nike. I don't know any shoe brands, but Adidas, all that. You have to start off slower. Maybe sell shoelaces and then work your way into shoes, meet some production staff, etc. But when you start an agency, the easiest way, if you don't have experience and no connections, no contacts, you must pick a niche. The niches are less saturated. Yeah. So that's number one. Picking your niche correctly, not a big broad market, you can find your way in. Then you take market share from other agencies. Some of the market, believe it or not, people say recruitment is saturated. There are underserved markets all over the place. Yeah. And when I say underserved, I tell niches to people and they're like, I've never heard of any recruitment agency in that. I put into Google recruitment agency that does this specialism, nothing comes up. There's underserved markets completely. They will respect niche agencies. I'll give you two good examples. Languages is a very niche market. You can even niche further down into that. You can do a specific language. So you can be a French recruiter. Google it. There's no French only recruitment agency, guaranteed. Dutch, German, there's none. Completely none. There is also no physiotherapy only agency. I don't think there's even an occupational occupational therapist only agency. They tend to do a lot. So you need to start small, branch out. That way you have less competition. You're more likely to have clients converting. Afterwards, you can broaden out. Don't start off pie in the sky. You look at companies and they say, oh, that company is turning over 6 million a year. Well, they started off small. They started off in a niche. Don't look at the final product. You need to look at where you're at now. Yeah, that's one of the most important things. If you can get that right, it takes market research. It takes time. How else would you find out? Okay, go into market. The market will tell you if it's good. Yeah. If your conversion rate, you send 1,000 emails or you make 1,000 calls and the clients come back to you, I don't know, 6 come back to you on one and then 37 say yes on the other 1,000 emails, you know for a fact that is a more underserved market. You need to go in and take the market share more easily. You don't want to make recruitment hard. Recruitment is hard enough. Don't make it harder by picking a silly niche and the wrong niche. This is the most categorically, if you listen to anything I say, yeah, or if you don't listen to anything I say, just pick the niche correctly. Don't do whatever you want after that. It will make your life, it will save you thousands and thousands of hours and save you time. Yeah. So if you have no experience, you must be in the mind that it doesn't matter. Recruitment is just, in theory, a numbers game of connecting people. Yeah. It's a supply and demand, and understanding the supply and demand is key. So these clients need staff. You need a funnel of candidates and clients and pick the correct niche. If you do that, head and shoulders, you'll be above everyone else. You also need techniques. You also need strategies to source candidates. Don't look at, if you have no experience, don't look at agencies and say, oh, they're advertising everywhere. Maybe because they bill profit of 60K a month. They can allocate ad budget. Don't try and walk before you can run. Yeah, I think that's the term. So you must build up to it. You need to bootstrap your agency and do it on a budget. Yeah, blood, sweat and tears at the start. And then afterwards, you can do the fancy thing. You can buy bots that go out. You can advertise in different places. You can trial and error. You can split test. You can launch massive marketing campaigns. You can pay a social media manager to run your social media if you want to go down that route. But don't walk before you can run. That's the number one reason people fail. They come to me and they say, oh, I've spent this much. I'm running at a loss of 7K per month because I bought all this software and I'm advertising here. Have you got any clients? No. Oh, how's your candidates? Oh, I've got loads. Okay, great. You need to start making placements. So going back to the analogy of no experience, yeah, you must pick your niche correctly. You must also have a funnel for candidates and clients. I'll give you the funnels. Number one, easiest way, a very simplistic way, is advertise on Indeed for free. You can advertise. There are job boards that you can advertise for free. LinkedIn is going to be your best friend in most sectors. It's the number one resource to find candidates, albeit a lot of candidates are not active and they won't reply, but you must be hitting those. You must be connecting with people and moving forward. Likewise with clients, the easiest way to get going is to load up on clients. Now, I'll say one more thing before I let you all go. You must also keep up your business development. Consistency is what makes your agency. Yeah. I'll say that again. Consistency is what makes the agency. It's nothing else. There's no fancy word. There's no fancy script. Forget all of that. People say to me, oh, Cads, can you send me your email script? Or can you send me your cold calling script? There's nothing to it. There literally is. Stop overthinking. There's nothing to recruitment. Yeah. You can sound very, very average. Yeah. I was obsessed with trying to train myself to a certain negotiation level. At the end, it meant nothing. My conversion rates was pretty much the same. If there is a need, they will use your service. There is gone are the days where you can sound fancy and hot. Some clients may like it. If you call a sales director and he's like, and in the back of his mind, he's thinking, oh, he's using that sales technique, he's using that. Sure, you might win one or two more business, but it's just about getting out there. It is just a numbers game. Sadly, quantity beats quality in recruitment. And I challenge anyone to prove me wrong. If you do 10 quality cold calls and I do 2,000, guess who's going to end up with more bites, more of healthier pipeline? That's the most important thing. So the healthy pipeline, going on to that, will clearly be the make or break of most agencies. And when I say make or break, yeah, what most people do, mistake if you have no experience again, most people will start off with business development and start an email campaign. They'll start sending out emails. Afterwards, they'll say, okay, I've got 2 clients. Great. I'm going to try and fill these positions. But what naturally happens is the market has given you not so much the greatest clients in the world. And naturally, you end up with dead jobs or stale jobs, or you can't fill them because you don't have a database. Recruitment takes time. Yeah. And it does take a lot of time to build your agency to your level. Yeah. You must be consistently sending out emails. With the business development, don't just stop when you get clients. That's another mistake people make. You must go on and you must keep building your agency. Even if you can't serve those clients, just do it anyway. Get the business, win the business. They might be your best client in 6 months. Some companies can grow. I picked up a client during lockdown and they grew exponentially. They were on the news. They had 12 staff. It was one guy who was like, please help us. We've won so much business. Yeah, it was a e-scooter business. And they were like, we've won so much business. We just need hire staff for us. Remote. It was lockdown. Everyone wanted a job. And if I wasn't sending those emails out, even though my business was successful and established, you still have to have them going out, because you can be fussy. When you've got a load of clients, you can be fussy, and you can cherry pick the ones that bring revenue. You can cherry pick the ones that work well and communicate. Don't be hand to mouth recruiting. If you're like in the stage of, oh, I hope this one goes through, you never want to be saying I hope as well in recruitment. It's more like, if it goes through, it goes through, because I've got 7 others. Yeah. And that's the main crux of it. This video has been rambled on, but in a nutshell, pick your niche correctly, have a funnel for clients and candidates, and always be doing business development. Be consistent with whatever you do, and grow to the stage where you are actually billing, and then you can look at all the fancy stuff. Don't try that too early on in the agency. So I hope this video has been of value. Any questions, let me know.